guys, Miss Patsy here at Castile Innovation Lab, and we're continuing our fourth grade science in soil, rocks, and landforms, mapping Earth's surface. We ended our last session with mapping of the topographical map of Mount St. Helens, and I know some of the kids didn't get it, so I want to go over it again, but I'll do that at the end. But first, we're going to look at Mount St. Helens, and the question is, how can scientists and engineers help reduce the impact that events like volcanic eruptions might have on people? So the first thing is prediction. Unlike earthquakes, it's possible for scientists to roughly predict when a volcanic eruption can occur. Predictions give people time to evacuate. Planning. New homes can be built to avoid areas that are at risk of volcanic eruptions. Fire breaks. Fire breaks can be made to reduce the spread of fires. Emergency services can train and prepare for disasters, and governments can plan evacuation routes. Now, these are all things that as a class we were going to discuss and come up on our own, but since we can't do that together, I just went ahead and came up with some easy ways that we can help reduce the impact of events like volcanic eruptions. The next thing is buildings. Buildings can be strengthened to prevent collapse or damage from falling ash or debris. Barriers can be put in place to divert the lava flow from buildings and villages. And education. We can educate people about how to evacuate quickly and safely to reduce deaths. Put together a survival kit containing food, water, flashlight, batteries, and a radio. Okay, now last time we were in class, we looked at topographical maps. This is the topographical map of Mount St. Helens before it erupted. And we were making a profile of it. And the way that you do that is you fold it at the A and B lines, and you put it at the bottom. You line it up with the lines on the bottom of the profile. And the way you map it is, say, take the 2,000 feet. You're going to go up to 2,000 feet and put a dot right there. Go up to the 2,500, actually meters, and you're going to put a dot about right there. And then the peak is at 2,950 meters. And in between, you're just going to go to each line. So each line is 100 meters. Starting from the let's say 2,000, since each is 200 meters, we're going to skip one and then go to 2,200 meters. We could also go down, skip two, go down to 1,800 meters, right there. And then, of course, we have our peak, and then we're going to go down the other side to 2,000 meters, right about there. And then skip two at 1,800 meters, right about there. And then at 1,600 meters, right about there. And then we're going to go ahead and connect the dots. And this is what Mount St. Helens looked like, the profile of it before it erupted. And then we took our after the eruption topographical map, and we lined it up the same as before, and we're going to put our dots. Now the only change is right here, where which is right about here, the cone blew off. So right there it drops to about 2,000 feet, and then it goes across. It doesn't say down here how low it went, but it went to about here, down to there, and then the rest of the mountain was there. So from here on, this was all blown off. So that's how you make a profile of a topographical map of Mount St. Helens. So answering our question, how can scientists and engineers help reduce the impact that events like volcanic eruptions might have on people? Of course, these are some suggestions, and if you guys have extra, something else, to add to that, that would be great. Write it down in your notebook to bring back to your science journal, and think about things that you might do in case of a volcanic eruption. We don't have volcanic eruptions where we live, but if you were, say, on vacation in Washington and you were by Mount St. Helens and you thought and you felt rumblings and they predicted that a volcanic eruption were to occur, what would you do about it? What are some things that would help people avoid being killed by a volcano? Of course, we have other tragic events. We do have earthquakes here, which we can't predict necessarily. They're working hard to coming up with ways to predict earthquakes, but we haven't come up with anything yet. And also a note, when I was talking about the topographical map, that is in meters, not feet. So I just wanted to correct that. And so hope to see you guys back at class soon, and I hope you guys are staying safe, and I will talk to you when you get back. Thanks.